Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. A very heartwarming story broke on social media yesterday. Dubai's Crown Prince is thanking an Indian family for the organs of their son that saved 3 lives.
We'll also be talking about a tiger used for a gender reveal in Dubai has sparked debate on social media.
All of the great things happening in Dubai this weekend, including parties, runs, triathlons, it's all happening.
And never get FOMO on what you spend again.
And later in the show, please stay tuned, especially Lucas, who's watching from the UK, because you're going to know what I'm talking about. We have Frankie Spencer from Married at First Sight UK. He's in studio talking all the trials and tribulations of what it was like to be on that show that went viral, that you married a stranger that you met at the altar for the first time. Now, we posted a teaser on Instagram yesterday. I just thought the comments were hilarious because someone was like, it actually happens all the time in India. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, arranged marriages. Yeah,
arranged marriages.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually not that rare. However, in this interview, Frankie was in fact on the show painted like a villain. So we got to talk to him for the first time on what that was like, rewatching that and how it felt to be painted in such a light.
Ooh, the real story. Real.
Huh?
Real, R-E-E-L versus R-E-A-L.
Gotcha. I didn't post it as a reel though.
Oh my god.
I didn't get it.
Bad jokes.
Took me a second. We'll get into our flow.
No, not real. Like real as in like what we see on the show. Not
real.
Instagram reels.
Gotcha.
Okay,
it's because you said real, R-E-E-L. Oh, the reels? Like the reels?
No, not the reels. The real.
But do you mean like the movie Reels?
Yeah.
That's R-E-E-L?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get it. My bad.
Whatever.
The reels and the real. Stay tuned for that. But let's just jump into our top stories. We are talking Dubai's Crown Prince thanks an Indian family for the amazing gesture, which was the organs of their son that saved 3 lives. A 2-year-old has been praised by Dubai's Crown Prince. The baby had actually unfortunately tragically died, and so the family decided to donate the organs, which helped save the life of 3 children in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. He said on Twitter yesterday, I received the most heartening news that embodies the act of giving at its finest for the family of Vijit Viahan, whom, despite the pain of loss of their 2-year-old son, decided to donate the child's organs to save the lives of others. So 3 children's lives have been saved in the UAE and Saudi because of this sacrifice. His Highness Crown Prince said, I'm truly thankful to all of the teams involved for their efforts. May your soul rest in peace, Vian, and my sincere wishes for a healthy life ahead for the 3 children.
Oh my god, I literally got goosebumps while you were reading. That's such a beautiful story, and just so much props to the family for, because it's so difficult, to make that decision to go ahead with like, okay, our child's passed away, and then that moment of such powerful emotion to go ahead and just decide, okay, like we want to donate his or her organs.
And I think it's also 100%, and I think it's also very special that it was noted by Dubai's Crown Prince, because then it's kind of a reminder and awareness piece for the rest of us. Do we have our organ donor cards up to date? I used to have one before I moved here. I don't know if I have it anymore. And it was like a box that you take and then you carry the card. And now it's a reminder of if the worst happens, you want to know that potentially your body will go on to help others. So the family made that decision, which is incredible. And also that decision will potentially be a domino effect for others, because it was announced by His Highness Crown Prince Sheikh Hamdan, that hopefully the story will then encourage and inspire others to do the same. Organ donor cards, how do you get them in the UAE?
Oh, I have no idea. I actually called up once to see if, like, I don't want to say it. It sounds so ignorant. Should I say it? Maybe not. Anyways, I called up once to check, and they're just like, oh, yeah, I don't remember what they said. But I don't know. But I know.
What?
Because, in some countries you get paid to donate organs, and this is when we were in college. We were just like, we want to try that out, like organ donations for money. But yeah, I don't think they pay you here. It's like
a hard
donation.
Place.
Huh?
It must be in a hard place.
We were just very curious.
Interesting. I don't know if that's a thing here. It
Yeah.
must be, maybe.
From what I remember from the conversation, then it was just like you donate your organs, you don't necessarily get paid for it, but I think in some countries you do.
I think the main thing here is if after your death, your body is able and the organs are able, I guess.
Yeah.
And there are obviously different legal provisions and different things on organ donation and transplant, but it can be done.
But like so many medical institutes and hospitals, they have the thing for blood donations. They have the facility for it. So if you guys are seeking to help out in any way, then yeah, plasma donations, blood donations, all those drives are all over the country. So maybe before you step into the organ donation, like just, try that out. Blood donations.
I'm not going to get into it, but I watched Squid Game episode 4 last night, and I wish I hadn't. Let's continue.
What happened?
Let's not get into it with this conversation. Let's move on to the next.
Wait, episode 4. Wait, I just want to remember what happened.
Let's not. Really not.
Okay.
But if you know, you know.
Okay, moving on. So a tiger used for a gender reveal in Dubai has sparked debate on social media. Now, Dubai has seen gender reveals of all levels, from the chill backyard brunches to UAE-based Syrian influencers Anas and Asala Marwa having their baby's gender illuminated on the Burj Khalifa. Now, the skyscraper-studded city is no stranger to OTT celebrations. However, footage shared of the latest, most extravagant gender reveal shows a live tiger popping balloons to spill the gender of the baby, which was revealed to be a baby girl. And this whole stunt is receiving major flack on social media. Now, social media users were left triggered by the exploitive nature in which the live animal was being used for a social media stunt. And the mom-to-be, who originally uploaded the video on her Instagram, soon took it down after receiving immense backlash over the wild video. Now, Lovin Dubai shared the video on socials, and the comments under the post expressed strong sentiments and garnered over 320k views, as well as 1k plus comments. And the video drew heavy criticism from concerned cyber surfers. Now, people are furious over the tiger being used for gender reveal in Dubai. So these kind of headlines were seen by international media of, once the tiger-themed gender reveal came to light.
The video was originally shared with the disclaimer that the tiger was not harmed and plastic was disposed of. Relax, everyone. Which I think angered people even more. Just as a PSA, as per Dubai law, it is illegal to unlawfully own or keep exotic animals as pets and bring them out into public space. Violators will be subject to a fine of up to 500,000 dirham for the offence, as well as jail term of up to 6 months. However, only licensed zoos, wildlife conservation sanctuaries, parks and research facilities are allowed to possess exotic animals. And in the UAE, there are kind of, I think, more in terms of that, there are private facilities that are up to scratch in terms of whether they're allowed to keep wild animals. Interesting that it went viral. Not interesting that it went viral. There's 2 points to note. It's obviously, of course, the animal side to it, and then there's the gender reveal side to it.
Yeah.
And I think that both caused a lot of conversation and debate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is very interesting, and just like if we go down and see the list of gender reveals that have just made headlines in Dubai in the recent times, from the Burj Khalifa illumination to the one you said in the Dubai aquarium.
That was just 2 days ago. Adorable. But it's interesting because I don't remember gender reveals being a thing 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and all of a sudden it's like people have parties for everything now, and now it's like revealing the gender of your child has become, and even if you're not like the most insane gender reveals have caused massive fires.
Yeah.
Caused a death in one case in the States.
Oh my God.
Caused the pregnant wife to be smacked by a bat in one of them. Like, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the whole, I get the celebration. It's a weird one.
It is a weird one. But yeah, I mean, it's really great to see people celebrating. Just the whole thing of it is actually very just pure, like celebrating the gender. Like, the whole concept is so nice, but then you take it up a level, take it up another level, take it up another level, and then it just turns out to be this. And then the wildfires that got started in California because of the gender reveals.
Do you think all of this over the top showiness, which is potentially what it is, was this around before social media? Like, is this because people's lives level up? So it's like, I saw this on Instagram, so I want to look good on Instagram. Is this all because of social media? Because we're trying to continuously one up the next person beside us, one up our neighbors, and then we see what our neighbors doing, and then we want to do the same but better.
You have found the root cause of all such problems. The culprits are there. Instagram.
I also love you. Thank you for hosting our show. No, but I'm just, in terms of social media, I wonder if that's it, because people just want to show the incredible life that they're living, but it's just gone to a stage that in some cases it's too much.
I feel that's dissected so well. Like, yeah, it is all like, I mean, it is basically social media, just the opulence of showing off and one-upping someone else. Like, it really makes sense. But I really feel the next gender reveal, like there was a proposal very recently at the Expo 2020. So don't you think gender reveals might be a thing there as well?
There was a proposal at the Expo?
Yeah, so cute. So there's this fountain, like some magical water fountain happening at which pavilion? I'm not really sure. I can't remember now, but there was a really cute proposal. So I think that's going to become more of a thing at the Expo site.
With the scientific knowledge, that's going to become a thing. Speaking of other things that are going to become things and not make your life showy, but make your life fantastic, all of the great things that you can do in Dubai this weekend, we're going to run through deals, we're going to run through events, entertainment, because there's so much happening. And dare I say it, this morning when I went to take my dog for a walk, it was cooler, right?
Yes.
It's cooler.
Yes.
Fast. We knew it was going to get cooler this weekend. The weather report said it. The National Centre for Meteorology said it. At coastal areas, the weather is going to dip.
It.
I said it. And it's happened. I woke this morning and it was clearly a little bit cooler. Dare I say it, chill. However, dare I say it, chill. But let's jump into all the top things you can do this weekend. First of all, one I want to shout out is shoppers. If you're interested, Emaar now have a shop now, pay later system. And this is basically only for Emirates MBD credit card users, but it's very, very popular in other countries. And I feel like it's going to become very popular here. It basically means you can shop and then pay for your items in installments. So if you, especially coming up to the holidays, have a big purchase or a big gift plan for your friends, you want to get them something special, you can, and in general, the interest is either minimal or none. And then you pay in over 3 to 6 months installments. And that's with Emirates MBD credit card users at the Dubai Mall. So shop now, pay later. If you want to level up with a fabulous hotel stay, someplace you've been, I know, many times.
Oh, yes. I think we both have been equally. That's just how good it is.
The Arjan by Rotana at Dubai Media City, they have this premium room deal. Now, if you saw our stories 2 or 3 days ago, I was down there. Basically, it's a room that has a pool in it. Your private pool, and that's from 999 dirham with breakfast. And if you want to add on dinner, it goes up to 1,200 and something, 1,249, I think. But just really, really spectacular if you want to do something fun with your friends, because the rooms are absolutely huge, by the way. Like, I was in there this week, it's like a mini apartment, it's unreal. Staying there, you want to go do something nice in this cool weather, you can head to Expo.
Oh yes, the Expo, and well, Float, that's there. The newest floating nightclub is opening tonight. And so exciting. So exciting. Everyone's like super excited about that one. And
maybe discuss why Simran is looking so glam today.
Go in the later.
Simran will be there. If you want to, as Shahir would say, come say hi.
Oh yeah. Come say hi to Shahir. But he's gonna be there too.
And it's the largest floating nightclub in the world.
Oh
and Da Baby's going to be there performing this weekend. 3 nights of opening parties, free entry, and you need to reserve your table. There's minimum spend on tables, but it's free entry, which is unreal. But you need to get your name down. It's going to be absolutely popping.
Absolutely popping. I'm going to be there with your mom because I know she's arriving today.
I would 100% be there, but my mom is arriving at 1 a.m. in the morning.
It's 3 a.m.
So I'll be collecting her at the airport and bringing her home. And then tomorrow I have a baby shower, but I also would find it very difficult to go because tomorrow, as we know, Social Knockout 2 is off at the Coca-Cola Arena, which is going to be absolutely whopping. Money Kicks, Adam Salah, Slim is going to be there, and of course the first female influencers, which is Jamana Khan and Sarlina are going head to head. And by the way, the beef between these two gals is phenomenal. So I cannot wait to see what goes down there.
That is exciting. And just all the promos, seeing them like in their gear. Oh, exciting. Anyway, spicy chicken joy challenge, if you're into that.
Yes, it's down at Alcaraz Centre today, 14th. I think you already have to have entered. There's going to be a ring set up and you can win 10K. Also, for the fit people who are watching, as we know, every year the Roy Nasser Memorial Triathlon happens. It's happening this Friday. Team Angel Wolf are going to be down there along with a massive part of the Dubai triathlon community. So if you want to get out and support, I would do that. That's Friday 15th.
Yes, and if you are at the mall, and if you happen to be at Mall of the Emirates, you can check out the Dyson pop-up store, which is there till November 24th, and you can get like a nice glam hair makeover. You can check out all their products. You can learn about their purifiers, about their blow dryers.
You got your hair done yesterday. This is what happened.
No.
Oh, did you not?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, this is like this. Did you?
Yeah.
I knew it. Because I thought that you had done your hair because it's nice and curly. Did they use the Dyson? Oh.
Hair wrap. It was so good, Casey. So good.
Tell me about it.
Oh, I can just like go on and on. It literally picks up your hair itself. Like you just have to put the strand by it, and it wraps it around the circular thingy by itself, the rod, and it's 0% damage. It was so nice and bouncy when it just like.
For people who don't know, if you know, Dyson is the Rolls Royce of hair products, of hairstylers.
Yes.
Like, of course, they have the Hoovers, which we all want, the air purifiers, but the hair products, the stylers, the blow dryers. This is what we really want for Christmas, Santa.
Dyson, Santa, or oh, never mind. But yeah, it's there till November 24th. You want to get a free hair makeover? Just saying.
Amazing. So you can look like Simran going to float.
Better than Simran going to float. Anyway, but moving on, never get FOMO on what you spend again. So let's talk about our favorite topic, shopping. Now, more specifically, RackBank the Firefly app. Now, a companion app for RackBank, which offers 5,000 deals, more than 5,000 deals actually, and discounts of up to 50% across categories like food, health, wellness, travel, entertainment, shopping, services, jewelry, watches, and so much more. And basically, the next time you need literally anything, your first call of action is to go on the app and get your hands on some good deals. The app even automatically suggests goods and services that are trending right now, or suggestions based on the location you are currently in. So you know exactly what deals and offers are nearest and dearest to you. Now, I, for one, I'm a certified shopaholic and love a good deal, but nothing irks me more than going on a shopping spree only to find that the discounts, that the discounts are the following week. But now with the Firefly app, I can get to know exactly what I want, when I want, and when, and will be, ultimately saving up big bucks.
Dare I say we are a app deal budget loving nation. Like, who doesn't love getting a good discount? And at the moment, it's like, do you pay for it? Like, which app has it all? And we've just started using this one here. It's pretty awesome in terms of the variety. So it's like shopping, travel, hotels. It's got everything. So I would really recommend, if you love a deal, and if you have your phone handy, download it now, the Firefly app with RackBank, and you'll see kind of the variety. And let us know your favorite deals, because also that's one thing I think we need to share more. You know what I mean? Like, share the deals that we get. Like, if you're in Carrefour and you see a good deal, let us know. If you're on the app, the Firefly app, and you see a good deal, let us know, because we don't want to miss that one. We don't want to be going into, it's like the app version of going into the shop and realizing the sales are in a week, but you see the thing that you like. I don't want to go on to Firefly and know that I've missed that hotel staycay because we haven't shared it.
We need to make a community around just like sharing good deals, good discounts, good apps, and that also free app.
Lovin DMs. It's open.
Oh yeah, always open.
Your pictures and your deals. That's nice.
Yeah, shoot it through.
Guys, that is it for us. It's Thursday. We could not be more excited to ring the weekend in with you, but do stay tuned. We have the interview with Frankie Spencer from Married at First Sight UK. He spoke to us about what it was like to be painted as a villain on the show. Absolutely unbelievable to have him in studio. He was the first. It was the first time that he shared his story, so we feel very privileged that he came, and a very solid guy. I watched the show, so I was very interested to have this chat with him, and he was just nothing more than lovely. So stay tuned to watch it. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Back to the Lovin Dubai show, we are joined by Frankie, who has just appeared on the UK show Married at First Sight, the bold social experiment where single people are matched by experts. They marry total strangers and they meet for the very first time on their wedding day. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
We are so excited to get into the nuts and bolts of Married at First Sight UK. I was glued, I was gripped.
Yeah.
Guys, Frankie is a Dubai resident, or was. 16 years.
Yes.
You left to go and take part in the show where you would marry a total stranger. Thought process.
Yeah, so basically I had a divorce a couple of years ago. And I tried for a couple of years to date, and it was really not going well. And I kind of gave up on it. So I was in a place of like just being lost with it all. And when I got a phone call to come on this show, as much as I understood that it can be very vulnerable, I thought, like all my life, whenever a challenge and an adventurous challenge is put in front of me, I just have to take it. I'm just like that. So yeah, so I went for it.
And tell us about, like, the nuts and bolts of the show for me are crazy. Did you really just see Marlies, who you were partnered with and who you eventually married, did you really just see her for the first time at the altar?
Not only did I just see her for the very first time, you know absolutely nothing about the person you're going to marry. Not their name, age, background, anything. They are completely and utterly, and everything that surrounds them, a total stranger. So that the shock impact when you first turn around is just crazy. It really is.
Well, because there was that moment at the wedding, like just after the official marriage, and you're chatting to each other, and you know, you mentioned you live in Dubai and she mentioned she has 2 kids, and it's like that moment, and you're just learning these things.
Yeah, it was a shock. Everything in that first couple of seconds, you're absorbing it all, and you're trying to then figure out. I'm a guy who thinks literally 7 steps ahead, not 2 steps ahead. So I'm always trying to plan it. It's just my military background. This is what we do. I have to plan ahead because why step into something that's not going to work? So, but I knew that there's a high chance of the person I was going to marry have children because they're going to be relatively my age.
Interesting.
And so the surprise actually was that Marlies was born in the same hospital as me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we're figuring this out as we're going along, trying to look good for the cameras. You're dressed up and you're thinking, is there chemistry with this person?
Asking all of the questions.
Yeah, you bombard your own self with a million questions. You used to stay calm. Again, looking good for the camera. And all the time, they're giving you these tricky, weird questions as well. And you have to, off the bat, answer them. Otherwise, you look a bit lost.
Okay.
So your mind is on complete and utter overload.
Wow. And that's just the wedding, because then the show goes on for a number of weeks. You go on a honeymoon together, you move into an apartment together, you see each other's homes, and Frankie Marley stay together the whole way through. How intense is the filming? Are there cameramen there 24/7, or do they kind of pop in and pop out?
They do pop in and pop out, but still you have days where you're not up for it, okay? So after our wedding day, we went to the Lake District and we stayed in an amazing hotel and we did adventure stuff every day, and we both liked that. We were cool with that. But what that does is it deludes you into false sense of security that everything's really fine. So the wedding day is amazing, the honeymoon is amazing, and then you're locked in a small studio apartment facing a graveyard, and you're not allowed out for days. They take your phone off you, and all of a sudden you've gone from this, hey, life's so good, to, whoa, what is this?
Well, that's what it looks like. You just bang into reality, and they're trying to test you in a way. Yeah,
so you're locked in that small room for a couple of days with no phone, and you're with a stranger. And Marlies and I got along very well, but still, it's a lot for you to, you know, take in. And the only time you're allowed out is to either go to those dinner parties or the commitment ceremonies. Now,
that's something I questioned. Wow.
Yeah, the dinner parties are difficult because they're all day long. The women are full face makeup at 7 a.m. You drive for 2 hours and you're locked in this barn that looks all pretty on the inside. And you're given questions, right? And all the young ones like these questions. And again, I'm a guy who can only give honest answers. Questions like, for example, if you were not with your wife, which wife would you like to be with? And you're like, right, so there's 3 things that's happening now. First of all, your wife's looking at you like that. All the other wives are thinking, well, maybe yes, maybe no. And then all the other husbands are thinking, oh yeah, really? So...
Is that something everyone has to answer though?
Yeah. And that's just one of the questions. So the questions like that go around the table all the time. Some people are getting really drunk, some people are having arguments, and all the time the camera's looking at you trying to get that one little bit where it's not cool.
How much do you think they try to put pressure on the relationships for dramatic effect?
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what it is, you know? It's all about putting pressure on you. Not only do they put pressure on you, the stories that they try and twist about other couples talking about you and what's your opinion of that couple. And I wasn't interested in these dinner parties at all. And then the commitment ceremonies are really tough. And
the commitment ceremonies are where you sit with all of the other couples and also therapists who seem to be quite fair. But however, maybe the portrayal of your responses wasn't.
Yeah. So you sit on this sofa, the pressure's on you, the lights are on you. As I said, it's an all-day thing. You've listened to the highs and lows of about 8 couples before you, and you're kind of drained. But with me, they went straight in with some really tough questions. They didn't even ask how nice was the honeymoon or anything. And they tried to, Mel Schilling, the Aussie girl, she tried to, like, say that I was a controlling person. Now, let me tell you something. Maralise is a woman who's completely in control of her life. She's very successful. She's very sweet as well. So for them to start innuendoing questions that I'm controlling her, I was on a back foot thinking, what are these guys talking about? And when you're on a back foot, for a guy like myself, of course you're going to get a little bit defensive, but I'm also in my head thinking, why are you asking these dumb questions? I'm not controlling. If anything, she was more in control than I was living together.
Well, this is the thing, because I would say that throughout the series, at certain points, you were painted as a villain.
Yes.
So to have had quite a good relationship, it looked like, with Marlies, how did it feel to watch that back and to see that that's the way you were being painted?
Yeah, this was something I've never experienced in my life. I've done some tough operations in the military, but to assume of all the 7 weeks of strong, funny, romantic things you did with your wife, the fact to sit there and then watch nothing but like your very, very worst bits
really
is hard to, it's hard to swallow, because I never knew that was going to happen. I didn't know that I was going to be the pantomime villain. And so I'm sat there with Maralise and her kids, and we're all looking at each other thinking, what is this? And to watch that night after night after night, I called the producers. I said, what the hell is going on? They said to me, don't worry, it's only for 18 episodes. The last 3 you look really good. And you have to swallow that. And that's a lot of pressure on you, because at the same time, I also didn't have a job. We were told not to be seen in public. They're still kind of controlling you for 3 months after while they're editing you to be a villain. So it's quite tough to swallow that.
Now, you obviously weren't the only one. So let's say, for example, Megan or Morag, they were also tarred with that same brush at different points. Was that fair? Like, you saw the other couples interacting, you saw the people as individuals. Were they portrayed accurately?
They were, yes.
Such a good show, by the way. Like,
however, I was not actually a villain. Megan did have an affair. She did get too much flack for that, and then she dug herself out of it, and I thought very professionally, and then we drew a line underneath it and moved on. But she did actually do a really bad crime. Morag, the stuff she said about Luke was awful, the whole show. All right?
Love Luke.
Yeah, and Luke's now, thankfully, actually doing better than anyone on social media, because they know he's a lovely guy. And he is an incredible dude, let me tell you that. And he is a man as well. People kind of portrayed him that he's this, softer guy, but he's a great guy, let me tell you. So, but with me, I thought, I haven't really done anything wrong. And let me give you an example. My wedding speech was 30 minutes long. All I got was laugh and clap. Laugh and clap. Oh, like this.
They showed a very tiny snippet.
They showed 2 bits. Now, one of them was a joke about Maralise making my eggs every morning. But actually, I'd spent a lot of time saying she looks beautiful and amazing. Compliments to both families. And I thought, this is coming across a bit too mushy, so I'm going to do now a little dad joke just to break the ice, because it was all too mushy, So I put that little joke in, but they started with that. They started with these twisted jokes, and they played their facial expressions from something else. But you know what? It's a show at the end of the day.
I guess that's how the editing happens. But let's say, for example, in the actual show, editing aside, what kind of moment stands out to you as that was a tricky moment for me on the show?
My hardest part was getting around. I had to apologize for one comment, but it was edited really bad. So mid experiment, we're about 4 weeks in, and I knew that some of the other cast were not really understanding me, and I was being private. I was being private about a lot of stuff because Marilyse had children, and we said we're going to be a little bit closed. That was our team plan. And some of the other couples had a few things to say about that. Now, one of the dinner tables, I said, you know what, honey, I'm going to address the table tonight, and I'm going to tell them, like, guys, look, you know, we're private, so don't have a go at me for that. It's just how we are, you know. And all week I was waiting to build this. So a lull came in, and I went, guys, and as I went like that, Marilyse actually cut me up. And she knew I wanted to say this. So I went, don't speak when I'm speaking like that, you know, because she knew I wanted to get it out. Again, the editing.
I remember
So it came across really bad, and I did apologize, but yeah, so it is what it is.
It's interesting that you say you decided to be more reserved because you guys were looked at as like the more mature couple.
Yeah.
Not just in age, but just in also how you acted.
Yeah.
And the final for me of the show was so positive between you guys. It was so beautiful. And you said kind of amazing things that you were going to move. And this was the main thing for Frankie and Marilyse, that you lived in Dubai. You were made the decision, moved to the UK, moved to her town to live near her kids. It was very touching. It was really nice. Was that a genuine decision at the time?
So the final vows and the reunion were both strong for us. By the way, I have to say something, first of all, for the reunion. My final vows, I wrote a poem that was outstanding, and they cut it to a quarter of it. It was really, really good. And they cut it down to a quarter. So that I was fuming with. So when we've gone to the reunion...
would you have seen the final vows?
No, I hadn't seen anything.
Okay.
But still, it was 2 months after we'd finished. So we go to reunion, and we were in a really good place then. And it was great for me to tell the experts of how much I was accepted by Marilyse's children, and that I was 100% happy to leave my cool Dubai life for now a more mature life. And the reason why I came to that is this. I love what I've built here in Dubai. It's been hard work, but I'm 47 years old, and the cool things are cool, but I need to start doing more family and more mature orientated things. And it was beautiful to go down that road in my mind with Marilyse and her children, okay? Now, so people then watch that, will see how good we are, and that's the final episode, but in the real world, it was months on, and the sad news is that we broke up. We broke up for private reasons, which I obviously will not say, and so the public had seen us do a U-turn, they believed, in 2 nights from not getting on to really getting on, and then seeing in the news 2 days after reunion being aired that we had broken up. We have remained friends. We speak most days, and she's a great person. What more can I say? But it just didn't work out. If you're 25 years old and you have a few things going in your life, to make the chemistry and the perfect thing of a relationship is easier than when you're a super established 37-year-old woman with 2 kids and a 47-year-old guy who's also got his life. It's just harder for it to gel and bond. And unfortunately, for the long term, it hasn't turned out. Maybe we're still actually in the whirlwind of all this crazy experiment, and maybe in the future, like I'm going to go back at end of year, I'm sure I'll go see her and say hi. It maybe could rekindle itself. But at the minute, we're still in, seriously, our minds are still trying to adjust, adapt, and come back down to earth. Our social medias have gone up. Now that takes a big effect as well. We're actually on a group with all the cast, and I said to them, look guys, take from this now what you can on social media, but don't think it's the real world or what the real world's going to be in a couple of months' time.
100%.
Because news today is chip paper tomorrow.
Well, it's amazing to hear that you and Marilyse still have that kind of, I guess, strong respect for each other, because you shared the update a couple of days ago that it was ended, which was very sad, but it's nice to hear that it could be an open, closed-door situation.
Let's see.
But you are back in Dubai, you are busy, your social media is, you know, hitting the roof, and you're actually training Badu Jack, the Swedish professional boxer. So back in Dubai, straight back into it. You're not really fanfaring around with social media, you're going back into boxing.
Yeah. So actually, I heard about this gig 2 months ago when I was still with Marilyse, and I did tell her, if this job is confirmed, I will go regardless, because it's an 8-week project that I can't turn down for 2 reasons. Number one, Bigger than social media to me is what I am on this earth to do. And my job is a strength and conditioning coach for fighters, both boxers and MMA. And I love this job. It's an absolute honor. It's a dream job for me. Not only that, Badu is an incredible athlete and an incredible guy. So not only do I love doing the job, doing it for him means so much to me as well. Now, Badu's moving up to cruiserweight. He already has a super middleweight belt and a light heavyweight belt, and he's moving up to a third division. And the dream is in a couple of fights, he'll fight for a title and get the third belt.
And you're ringside there helping him on.
Yeah.
But it's not just that, because also you are massively involved in the government games, which, by the way, is coming back, guys, after a year hiatus thanks to COVID.
Yeah.
One of the coolest kind of unique, mentally, physical challenges that has governments from around the world and different entities, and your involvement is?
Yeah, I'm trainer for the Dubai Municipality team.
Oh my gosh,
now,
so cool.
Let me tell you something. 3 years ago, we unfortunately came fourth and not a third or second because we got to the final with an amazing team. I love them, I'm proud of them. And my fittest girl, she broke her foot on a training session in between the preliminaries and the finals. And we were devastated. So we bring in a substitute to fill her gap. And on the actual finals, we could only make fourth, okay? We knew we should have been third or second. We couldn't ever be first because His Highness's team, Fazza, was just an unbelievable team. But we knew we could have been second or third. So to come fourth for us, we fell so short through bad luck. Then the following year came, which was last year, and our team now, we were absolutely flying. COVID hit, and we're again. So the feeling for me and for the whole team is unfinished business. Like I can't sleep thinking about it.
And it's majority same team again?
It's almost the same team again. It's the 9th to the 11th of December. If you haven't seen Gov Games in December, you have to come down and see it. It's the coolest event ever.
100%.
Imagine taking an obstacle course race, but taking out the boring millions of miles in between, but making the obstacles actually like something from Gladiators and Disney and Ninja Warrior all rolled into one. You can't miss this event.
It's literally unreal. I was down there one year at Kite Beach, and it's just like an adult fitness person's playground, basically, but with insanely fit people.
Yeah.
We're coming close to the end. We don't have a huge amount of time, but 2 questions from the audience. First one is, Daniel Craig is down. Would you consider taking the role?
Number 1. I get asked this question all the time. Should I do the next James Bond? Let me tell you something. I'm overqualified. Yeah, of course I'd love to, but I think either Tom Hardy or Idris Elba is probably a little bit above me.
I think we have a picture of you in the suit coming up here on the wedding day, and that's what people are referring to. Finally, are you happy to be back in Dubai?
Damn right I am. It was a tough decision, and I was putting myself through, start growing up now, stop having the adventurous lifestyle, start being a dad and a family member. But it's so easy to come back here. I love this city. It's the best city in the world. That's why I spent 16 years here as a freelancing guy. Dubai's superpower is how it manages beautifully to make every culture in the world all welcome here. And the people who I've met from all around the world is what makes it really, really special. And every single month, there's a new cool thing happening. And I love that. I
100% agree. And very finally, before we go, a quick shout out to your mom. I thought she was absolutely adorable on the show.
Joyce the voice.
Just like some of the questions she asked Marley, she was like, "Will I see kids?" It was very lovely. And also to the Dubai Whites, which is actually how I made the connection.
Dubai Whites.
Leads. Guys, that is it. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it so much. That is it
Thank
for
you
us on
very
the
much.
Dubai show. This is Frankie from Married at First Sight UK. He's back in Dubai. Goodbye from us. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.